Come on guys, cue the action music. Since the dawn of digital marketing, it has been said that without sacrifice, there will be no victory. Only one is better. Only one can be chosen. Only one survives. Okay, Google Ads, formerly known as Google AdWords, and Facebook ads are the two biggest advertising platforms today. So, when it's time to spend your advertising dollars, it is common to wonder which is the better platform between Google Ads and Facebook ads. And not just better in general, which is better for your specific business, which is better for your specific budget, which is better for you to start with. And because we manage over $50 million in annual ad spend across both platforms for our small business clients, we get asked these questions a lot. So today, once and for all, I'm gonna declare a victor and explain to you whether Google Ads or Facebook ads is the right platform for you and your business. If you're new to either platform, it can be a daunting task to even navigate them and become an expert at both. If you are an expert already, you likely want to advertise everywhere, but don't have an unlimited budget and don't want to spread your budget too thin. The good news is that whether you're an expert or just getting started, this video will help you make an extremely easy decision in this debate. Hi, I'm Karan from Life Marketing, an award-winning agency that helps small businesses grow with a competitive edge through digital marketing. Before we begin, do me a huge favor by liking this video so others can see it, and subscribe so you don't miss another video that can give you a competitive edge in your digital marketing efforts. All right, let's get started. To help us out, I first compared Google Ads and Facebook ads in the following 5 categories: audience size, audience intent, ad costs, placement and targeting options, and ease of scaling. Then, based on what we find at the end of the video, I crown the best platform for your business. So you definitely want to watch until the end. Are you ready for Godzilla versus King Kong? If so, let's dive in, starting with our first category, audience size. The question we want to answer here is if Facebook or Google has a bigger audience for you to advertise to. I mean, we know they're both giants, but which one is the bigger giant? Starting with Google, over 5.8 billion searches happen every single day, with the average person conducting between 3 and 4 searches every single day. To put it in perspective, that's the equivalent of 60% of the world searching on Google once per day. And not only that, Google controls 92.42% of the search engine market worldwide. So if there's a search engine you want to be on, it's Google. Okay, so how does Facebook compare in terms of size? Let's take a look. Facebook recently reported over 1.7 billion daily active users who on average spend 58 minutes per day on Facebook. That's almost an entire lunch break spent on Facebook each day. So, with what we know, the winner of our first category, audience size, is a tie. A tie? But why? Let me explain. Quick math tells us that even though Google has 5.8 billion searches a day, if we divide that number by the number of average searches per day, 3 to 4, we get an average daily active user base on Google of between 1.4 billion and 1.9 billion searches every single day. Meaning that both Google ads and Facebook ads have roughly the same amount of daily users. It's only a tie when you leave out the fact that Facebook owns Instagram and with the click of a button, advertise to both platforms using the same exact content. You see, Instagram has over 500 million daily users averaging 53 minutes per day and is the second largest social media platform only behind Facebook. Now, that's what you call a dynamic duo. So, with the inclusion of Instagram, Facebook is the clear winner of category 1, audience size. Now, let's look at our second category, buying intent. The question we want to answer in this category is if users on Google and Facebook are actually ready to buy what you're advertising. Let's start by looking at Google. When someone searches on Google, they're likely looking for an answer to their question or a solution to their problem. The major key here being that users on Google are actively looking or in market for a solution. Like right now, today, they're ready to buy. So how does Facebook compare to that? With Facebook being a social media platform, users instinctively go there to engage with other users or businesses and their content. Historically, users on Facebook do not log into Facebook to seek solutions, though the recent surge of pages that cater to specific pain points, such as weight loss with tips and tricks, are becoming increasingly popular. Therefore, on Facebook, ads are more of a pattern interrupt while users are scrolling through their newsfeed and watching stories. Therefore, users may not need or be actively searching for what you are advertising to them at that moment. Think about most things that you want to purchase online. Or think about a time when you needed a plumber or say an electrician. There's a very small chance, if any, that you went to Facebook to find one. And if you did, it was likely only to ask your friends and your peers for a recommendation. So for category 2, buying intent, Google is the victor, as users search for what they need in the moment, giving your business a great opportunity to fill the gap between them needing a solution and them finding a solution. Whew! Anybody hot in here? Because things are heating up. In our head-to-head competition here, with Facebook winning the first round and Google winning the second round. Let's move on to category 3, cost. In previous videos, like our video on CPM, cost per mille, we went over the cost to reach your audience on Facebook and Google. I'll link that video below for you. In today's video, I want to focus on the cost to get a user on Facebook and Google to take an action on your ads by looking at the average cost per click on each platform. The question we want to answer in this category is if Facebook or Google is cheaper to advertise on. As always, let's start with Google. With Google ads, the average cost per click across all industries is $2.69, meaning it costs advertisers $2.69 on average every time someone clicks their ad. Keep in mind that it's just an average across all industries. In some industries, such as consumer services and legal, see a higher average, closer to $6 per click. Here's a full list of average cost per clicks per industry on Google. So, how does Facebook's cost per click compare? Facebook's advertising costs vary per industries, just like Google, though the average CPC across all industries on Facebook is $1.72. This is about 36% cheaper than the average CPC cost per click on Google. With Facebook, you also don't see such a large fluctuation in cost per industry on the high end like you do with Google, but you do see it on the low end, which is a good thing for advertisers. Even though the average CPC across all industries on Facebook is $1.72, there are a few industries that see very cheap cost per clicks, such as the retail industry at 63 cents, the travel and hospitality industry at 70 cents, and the apparel industry at a whopping 40 cents cost per click on average. Here's a full breakdown of average CPCs on Facebook. Okay, I think we have a clear winner here in terms of category 3, cost. Facebook takes the win here by a landslide. All right, let's move on to category 4, ad types. The question we want to answer here between Google versus Facebook is which platform allows better creative like ad copy, photos, and video. When advertising on Google's search network, you don't get that much room to be creative. For example, take a look at this Google ad. Google gives you the following character limits with search ads. The max length for your headlines, 30 characters. The max length for your descriptions, 90 characters. The max length for your paths, 15 characters each. And with Google ads, you're also limited to just text. The use of videos or pictures within search ads are currently not available. But Google does allow you to use ad extensions which allow you to add more text on your ads, such as links, callouts, and more. Google also allows you to run display ads to apps and their display network. Display ads can be designed much like Facebook ads, but are only photo-based and cannot include headlines and supporting text that are not on the photo. In addition, Google also owns YouTube, the second largest search engine. But I won't include YouTube in this study due to it being a completely different beast worthy of its own video. Okay, with all that being said, let's see how Facebook compares. On Facebook, you have multiple ad formats to choose from, like video, image, collection, carousel, slideshow, lead forms, offers, event responses. Woo, almost ran out of hands there. In addition, Facebook grants you the following character limits on most ad formats. Primary text, 125 characters. Headline, 25 characters. Description, 30 characters. When you think about it, this gives you a huge selection of ad types to choose from to gain the attention of your target audience. So, which platform wins category 4, ad types? This might be unexpected, but I'm gonna have to rule this category a tie. You see, even though Google search ads limit you to only text ads, that is perfectly fine for their platform, as their platform is strictly text-based. The ads fit right in. In fact, the lack of options might be a positive by making search ads easier to learn and optimize for, which for Facebook ads, the sheer volume of ad types allow you to be extremely creative, but may also be a bit much to learn and to test. Before we move into our last category, let's check the score. Facebook has won in 2 categories, audience size and cost. Google has won in 1 category, buyer's intent, and both platforms are tied for ad types, which makes the score 2-1-1 in Facebook's favor so far. Do you think Google can make a comeback and clinch the last category, ease of scaling, to tie the game and avoid an upset? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, we're down to our last category, category 5, ease of scaling. Now, before I compare, let's define what scaling actually means. The definition of scaling is to put more money behind your ads in order to drive more results. Advertisers typically scale when they start to see profitability and want to increase their revenue while maintaining profitability. Thus, the question we want to answer here is whether Google ads or Facebook ads is easier to scale once you've found profitability. Keeping with tradition, we will start with Google ads first. Every single time you make a significant change in your Google ads, it resets that learning phase. Basically, the period of time where Google adjusts to your new change and learns the best way to optimize your campaign. Typically, during the learning phase, your campaign's performance is less stable and likely worse than before. And by far the easiest way to reset your learning phase and to increase your budget, add keywords, or simply change your bid strategy. Therefore, it is recommended not to dramatically increase your budget on Google by more than 10 to 15% per day. Let's see how Facebook compares. On Facebook, making major changes to your ads, such as budget changes, also resets your learning phase. And just like Google, a reset to your learning phase can hinder your performance. Therefore, it is also recommended on Facebook to not make very large increases in your campaign budget and to scale between 10 to 20% at a time. With that said, round 5, ease of scaling, ends in a tie. Here's a breakdown of the final scorecard. Facebook won in category 1 and 3, audience size and cost. Google won in category 2, buying intent. Facebook and Google tied for categories 4 and 5, ad types and ease of scaling, bringing our final score to 1-2, with Facebook barely skating by as the winner. So, in this epic battle, Google ads versus Facebook ads, which platform is the best? The true answer is that there isn't a definitive answer. Both have pros and cons, but can be very similar in helping you grow your business, as proven by our final scorecard. But to help you decide which one is best for you and your business, ask yourself the following 5 questions. First, what is my goal? Brand awareness or sales? If brand awareness, Facebook ads is the best choice. If sales, both Facebook ads and Google ads may prove profitable for you. Question number 2, do potential customers search on Google for my products or service? If yes, Google ads may lead you to a quicker sale because users are ready to buy. If not, Facebook ads are your best choice. Question number 3, Is my target audience B2B or B2C? Generally, both B2B and B2C companies can use Google Ads and see success. Generally, B2B companies see a higher success on Google Ads than Facebook ads, as B2C companies see a higher success on Facebook ads. Question number 4. What stage of a buyer's journey am I targeting? Facebook ads tend to be better to reach top of the funnel audiences, and Google ads tend to be better to reach bottom of the funnel audiences. And lastly, ask yourself, do I have the ability to create or outsource graphic design and video content for my ads? If yes, Facebook ads can work for you. Great graphics and video content is non-negotiable on Facebook ads. If not, Google ads will likely be better for you, as you can stick to simply text. So there you have it, a complete breakdown of Google ads versus Facebook ads. If you found value in any of this information, go ahead and like this video for me. And if you don't want to miss a value-packed video like this one that will help you grow your business online, subscribe to our channel today. I'm Karan from Life Marketing. Until next time.